This particular meditation has been the subject of research for almost 20 years now by Dr. Sai Karkalsa, an American researcher who is interested in figuring out or exploring whether or not this meditation actually helped with memory impairment. It comes from the Kundalini tradition, which is a yoga tradition from northern India. When we do this particular kriya, it's actually sung. So kirtan means sing, and kriya is a word to mean many different factors coming together for a particular physiological response. So for example, in this particular meditation, we will use our focus, we will use our voice, we will use our hands in various mudras, we will use our posture. And by combining all of these things together, we can go ahead and improve, so studies and researches have found, improve our memory, decrease our stress levels, decrease our cortisol counts, increase blood flow to the brain, our cerebral spinal fluid, increase stimulation to neurotransmitters, increase our ability to sleep better, and decrease depression. So, what are the side effects of this particular kriya? Really nothing. This is the benefit of doing this kriya. There is the possibility that it could be extraordinarily helpful. However, if it doesn't work for you, if you don't see any improvements, there are no negative side effects. You may have increased oxygen saturation in your bloodstream by the time you're done trying, and that's about it. All right, so kirtan meaning singing, kriya, the combination of things that we're doing. The words that we use are sa, ta, na, ma. This comes from the Punjabi tradition, so again, from India. Sa, ta, na, ma comes from the word satnam. Your best self, your greatest self, is what it's derived from. Now, if you feel at all like, oh, Theresia, I'm not comfortable doing a kriya, I'm not sure if it would be in conflict with my particular belief structure, then I encourage you not to do it. That's fine. When I teach this particular kriya to my students, I always try to let them know where it's from, the purpose behind it, the research that's gone into it, but also to let them know that if it's in conflict with their beliefs, it's never good to do something that is going to cause you stress like that. So just to be open and honest and very clear on that. Okay, so getting back to this yogic tradition, when we say sa, ta, na, ma, for the first 2 minutes we say it out loud. Why? Because this creates a certain vibration in the throat, in the roof of the mouth, in the tongue, and as a result we are stimulating nerves which have kind of this direct vibrational connection up into the brain. So this is the traditional explanation. Whisper for the next 2 minutes, sa, ta, na, ma. Why? Things are changing now vibrationally, and also the stimulation of the mouth, of the lips, of the throat. Then we think it. As we're thinking, we're still putting our focus up into the forehead, and I'll get into why that is significant next. Then we whisper it, sa, ta, na, ma, and finally we end out loud, sa, ta, na, ma. All right? So we're using our voice to help create stimulation. In addition, we're using mudras, so hand postures. Sa, pointer finger to thumb, ta, middle finger to thumb, na, ring finger to thumb, ma, pinky finger to thumb. The reason we use our hands is because they're rich in nerves, just like the roof of the mouth and the lips. So as we're saying this Kriya and stimulating the nerves in the hands, so too we're creating more stimulation in the brain. Okay, finally, the focus. The focus is up into the back of the forehead. The reason we focus into this area is because that's where our prefrontal cortex is housed in the skull. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for memory. Scientists have found that we can control blood flow just through attention and intention, and we do this naturally. So for example, if you're really hungry, or better yet, if you see food that you really like, you may find an increase of blood flow to your digestional tract. It's the body preparing for you to eat that food, even though it's still just a concept in your mind, not something you're actually doing. Perhaps we have been scared, right? Something scary has jolted us, or just the thought of being scared. This then triggers the body to send additional blood flow to the neck and to the legs. So that way you have the ability to look for the danger and the ability to run away from the danger. So if we are focusing on the back of the forehead, the prefrontal cortex, with our attention and intention, we can increase blood flow to that area. It's pretty cool, right? So we're using the focus of the meditation. We're using stimulation of the nerves in the hands and in the mouth. And that's everything together. The final piece of the puzzle, of course, would be your posture. So you can sit in a comfortable position. I'm sitting in a variation of lotus pose, but maybe you'd prefer to sit in a chair or lie in a bed. That's fine. The straighter we can get the spine, the better for fluid transmission from the spinal column to the head, and from the head back down through the spinal column. So it just has to do with alignment for better blood flow. It's much like taking the kinks out of a hose or taking the kinks out of all of the different blood vessels, veins, all of this, and just allowing things to flow a little bit more easily through the body. Okay, now side effects. The cool thing about this is that there are no bad side effects. If you try it and you think, oh, this is not for me, that's fine. Fortunately, there are no bad side effects. Although research has shown that there can be a tremendous amount of really good side effects. This is a particular meditation that I use for myself to help me with my side effects from having both Hashimoto's and Graves' disease. These are two different thyroid disorders. I suffer from foggy brain and also lack of energy on most days. And I find that when doing this Kriya, I seem to have more energy during the day and a better ability to focus. So that's my personal experience with this particular Kriya, and I do try to use it on a daily basis. All right, so let's get started. We can go ahead and find a timer. I like to use my phone, and I'll be using it while we do this practice together. But really, a stopwatch, anything will work well while doing this particular Kriya. So find whatever posture works for you, and we'll get started. All right, inhaling big. And here we go, focusing here. Maybe the eyes are a little bit closed. We inhale. And exhale, Satanama, 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 Satanama. Last one. Satanama. And we whisper. Satanama. 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 You're doing great. Keep going. One more. Great job. Now I get to tap out silently. Good. As we're tapping out silently, feel free to go faster or slower. If you feel emotions starting to rise to the surface, you can go ahead and bring those into the chant. So if you feel anger, it's okay to say this and be angry. Good. If you feel sadness, it's okay to be sad, but just keep going. Keep tapping it out. Good. Maybe you feel happiness or a release. Good. Just keep going. halfway there through our silent part. You're doing great. Good. Notice if the jaw is clenched tight. If so, can we relax it? Notice if the tongue is pressed up tight against the roof of the mouth. If so, see if you can release that. Good. Maybe in this last minute of silence, we can smile. Yeah? All right, just one more. Here we go. Let's inhale big. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 One more. Sa, ta, na, ma. Great job. Here we go with our last one. Out loud, go ahead and shake out a bit if you need to get comfortable. And as we say this last one, we're looking for as much vibration in the words as we possibly can. So go ahead and give your brain a good shake, yeah? Inhale big. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, Satanam, 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 Satanam. One more. Satanam. Inhale big. Inhale deep. Tuck the chin towards the throat. Good. If you want, you can take the arms to the sky. Reach up to stretch everything as you're holding the breath. And exhale out the mouth. Let the arms float down. Fingertips touch the earth. Great job. And we pause here to see if we feel any shift, any difference in the body. Now again, with this particular chant, you can go as fast or as slow as you want. The parameter is not how many times we say Satanama. The parameter is the time. The 2 minute, 2 minute, 4 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute. Excellent work. Thank you so much for joining me and giving this a try. If you'd really like to see a significant shift, tradition says 40 days of saying this or using this meditation can result in a shift in the physiology of the body for the better. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me. I'd be so happy to share more with you. Wishing you all a very, very good, the longest day, and wishing you all good health and good spirits. Take care, and also in the spirit of International Yoga Day, which takes place tomorrow, namaste, and as the Kundalini tradition uses, may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste, everybody.